Welcome back to Beardchanics garage. Today we are back with Aid.
Hi guys.
To get an update on Project D, which is getting a full rebuild on plenty of ponies under the bonnet. Here we go guys, that's Project D from the front, as you can see. What's going on there? It's all good.
The engine's being changed.
And here on this side, we've got the donor car. So basically that was what, ST?
Yeah, ST, Mark II ST.
Mark II ST. Engine is out. I believe this is the old engine?
That's the diesel for this.
That's the diesel from Project D. On the other engine, which we'll have a look in details in a couple of minutes, is just basically right behind us. And it has basically been prepping it, adding goodies to it before transplanting it to Project D. And I can see you've labelled everything.
Yeah, it just makes it easier and it teaches the students the right way to do things.
Alright, so let's take a closer look at what has been stripped and then the engine itself. Alright, so it's pretty stripped in here as well. What changes do you actually have to make to be able to accommodate the swap on the inside?
Well, everything in here was stripped out. Absolutely everything. Otherwise, every single wire you see in here is from the donor car. Because it's gone from a diesel to a petrol, the whole wiring loom's totally different. So the car was nothing inside at all. First thing we had to do was lay the wiring loom in, because that's the first thing that goes in when the car's being built. Then we put the pedal boxes in, the insulation in, and now we're starting to put the dashboard in and the steering column as well. All the ST stuff, because the dashboard we have boost gauge, oil temp and oil pressure gauges up here. So that's the ST dash, that's got to go in. But yeah, every single wire front to back in the car has changed. The wires in the doors and the tailgate, they're still the original D wires. We've got to have a look when we build it back up, because D is a facelift focus and donor was a pre-facelift. There are some subtle differences in the wiring, so we've got to basically build it all up and then just check, because definitely if you try to put the facelift mirrors on a pre-facelift, the wiring's different. The plugs are the same, but the wires are in a different place. So we just need to build, when we've got it all built up, then we'll check the little things. It's like on the driver's door, we need to change the door lock on that, because there's a different ignition key now, because it's all coded to the ST, ECU and immobiliser.
Yeah, makes sense. So it's quite a huge task, isn't it?
It is, but it's you take it in one step at a time, one thing at a time, and it's not as big or as daunting as it seems. Yeah. You know, the students have done so well with it. They're all really passionate about it. Like I say,
so this was like the stripping down, stuff like that was done with the help of the student as well.
The building up's going with the help of the students. Yeah. I mean, we've had a student today who's been putting the headlining back in, because D's original headlining was a light cream colour.
Ah, yeah, black like that, much nicer.
That's it.
Much
so
nicer.
you know, this is D's headlining. No, this is the headlining from the donor car.
Yeah.
And we've had a student today, just left him in here with it, and he's been putting all the headlining back up and the sun visors and the FM handles.
Yeah, perfect.
He's been doing all that on his own today.
Nice. Are you going to put more cable so you can have more speakers?
No, I've got quite a thick battery lead for it, so I won't need to put any more through. And then the RCA leads, obviously you run down the other side, because that stops electrical interference from the power cable. Got a rather nice sub enclosure for it, built up now by Ryan Baseman.
Oh, nice.
His name's on the window.
This one?
Yeah, he's built us a rather tidy sub enclosure. That'll only probably be for about a year or so, because we do want to go for a full install. I've got 3.
Yeah, do like a proper show car boot kind of thing. Max power boot.
That's exactly it. But I want to keep it so I can take it out quite easily, because if I go to Santa Pod or do any track time with the car, I don't want that weighing it down, especially on Santa Pod when it's all about that quarter-mile pass.
Yeah, it'd be nice to like have a boot system, everything built in a case, you can just pop in and out.
This is it, yeah.
With obviously some monitors playing videos of Beardchanics garage when he's at the show.
I did actually think about having a screen in it as well, but we'll see. We'll see. Never say no, you know.
All right, so this is the beast. So
This is the
what
engine.
goodies did you add it to it?
Well, they're 225 brake horsepower standard. With the map we've got that's going on it and the supporting mods, it should hopefully be pushing between 320 340 brake horsepower when it's back on the road.
Quite a drastic change compared to the little diesel engine, because that was what? 90 brake horsepower, so yeah.
Looking within the nearish future, next year or so, getting a hybrid turbo for it. Ideally, want to try and be pushing 400 brake horsepower while it's just front wheel drive.
Yeah, which will be like pretty manic to go just through the front wheel drive.
Yeah, I mean, then, you know, time comes on, if we can four wheel drive it, maybe push it up to 600 brake. But that'll be an awful lot more work.
Will you need to like forge the engine to get there?
Yeah, for that it will be. It's a lot more money, but who knows? Just have to see how it goes, how it progresses.
Well, over the years, isn't it? It's already going to be one hell of an increase for D anyway, from 90 to like 320 plus.
Yes.
Brake horsepower. It's going to actually proper repeat as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that it will.
And with Lee, we were here once when the donor car was still running, and that stuff is loud.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're all in for a treat when this is finished.
Yeah, I mean, with the exhaust, we've got the front, the downpipe, the sports cat, and the centre section. We've got all that from standard Miltech stuff that will go on 3-inch bore. But the tailpipe, I'm going to have to make it up, and then we're going to go to Powerflow at Bury St Edmunds, and they're going to basically copy what I've made, just so it matches the 3-inch stainless to the rest of the system.
Yeah, nice.
So that'll still have a really good note to it.
And yeah, that's what the bits and bob.
Yeah, we had a lovely package come from AirTech Motorsport down at Canvey Island. They sorted out us a really good discount. So we got Pro Hose, red silicone pipes on it, coolant pipes and boost pipes. We've also now got a Turbo Smart actuator on it, Turbo Smart 50/50 recirc valve down there as well. That means half the air that when it dumps goes to the atmosphere, the other half goes back into the induction system. These parts, they're the last bits we fitted. We were hanging on a bit, but to do them when the engine's in the bay is quite a mission. Yeah, so we thought, let's get them on now before the engine goes in the bay. That way, when it's in, we haven't got to mess about with it and being tight. We've got uprated manifold studs on here because quite often, number 1 cylinder, it's on the exhaust branch, that snaps the bolts. Warps the manifold where it snaps and that. So again, while it was out, we had the manifold off, we took all the old bolts out, and we fitted the uprated ones in it as well.
Nice. Should ride nicely. When do you think you'll be able to put it back? Well, put it for the first time indeed.
Well, I mean, obviously today's Wednesday. Them bits are on. I've just got a couple of little bits to do in the engine bay, and then, because obviously it's easier to do them while the engine's out, a couple of more hoses and connections to do in there. It could be sat in the bay by the end of this week, but that's not a promise.
If you guys want a more close to daily update, I would say, go check out AD YouTube channel. There will be a link in the description, and you will find it in her channel as well. But it's basically the same of his Instagram tag, so go follow him, go give him a subscribe, and help spread the word about Project D.
So this is the AirTech Motorsport plenum that we've got for it. Once that's in the engine bay, that's just going to look amazing. That
yeah, compared to that,
yeah, that will replace this. It's just doesn't look very good in my opinion.
No.
We get this
well, and with the rest of like all the piping being red, the black and red livery of the car as well.
Also, we'll have the big Whiz Beach crossover pipe coming over here down to the ram air filter there. So the engine bay should look really good.
Yeah.
You know, might not get some of the plastics hydro dipped yet. I want to, but it all depends on the funding and monies. But they will be done. Obviously, you know what they're going to be dipped as, but it's a secret until it gets revealed.
That's right. You should, everybody in the comments should suggest Aid maybe sell some of the other projects in order to finance Project D.
You just want my four-wheel drive Fiesta, that's all.
That's all. And while we are next to it, this is how empty the project car, the donor car, sorry, is. It's quite incredible to actually, it's not often you see them that stripped, is it?
Well, it is when they come here.
Well, there you go, guys. So a lot of things going on with Project D. So next season you're going to see it again at shows, but I reckon you're going to hear it. And you know, I don't think Adam is going to miss it. When you're
he was
going
very
to
nice about it as well.
Yeah. Well, he's a cool guy, isn't he? He's a cool guy.
And the Maxes. Don't forget the Maxes.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, a lot of people in the car community are quite nice and quite supportive, as you've been finding out with D anyway, isn't it? You
Especially when they find out about the story behind it.
That have helped along the way. We will put a link of all the people who have helped on Project D in the description as well. If you haven't seen the review of Project D, it's an old video. I'll put it in the corner and in the description as well. Go check it out, and then you will find out why there is so many tags on the side on who did what and who helped and stuff like that. So, you know, go give them a lot of love for that. And yeah, I think next Project D. Oh, don't forget Roadhog_Aid, I think is your YouTube channel, isn't it? So go check out so that you can get a weekly update, if not daily, about Project D. On us, I think the next one will probably be the reveal.
Yep, the next one will be a reveal.
The big one. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, see you in the next one on 8. Thanks for having us again.
Right, thank you.
All right, cheers, bud.